I think so. You are very clear with Napoleon and his administrative measures, Civil Code of Napoleon 1804. Today, we are going to learn about aristocracy and the new middle class. This topic says about the population structure of the continent of Europe. How the people were divided in Europe on the basis of their occupation and other features. First, we have to study about the aristocrat people. Aristocracy, one who is related with the noble life, with the royal life, with the palace, with the rulers. It was a dominant class, even though they were very less in number. They were united together and they controlled the whole society of Europe in different places of Europe. They got married between, they didn't get married from anyone else from outside, and they mostly spoke the French language. So they give a different identity for their groups, aristocracy. What about the other people? The western part of Europe were farmed by a group of people called as tenants and the small owners of these lands. Central and Eastern Europe were farmed by serfs. I already told you about the serfdom, the bonded laborers. So serfs, they did the farming in the Central and the Eastern Europe, and the tenants and the small landowners, they did the farming in the Western Europe. So this time a new group emerged in Europe, which is called as new middle class. They mainly occupied in the Western and the Central Europe, this new middle class. Because of the industrial development, this new group emerged. And this new group included industrialists, businessmen, and the professionals. So this is a small study about aristocracy and the new middle class. Now the next topic is liberal nationalism, liberalism. In the 9th class I taught you about liberalism and the conservatism and the radical. Its differences we are studied. A short briefing I am giving to you. Who is a conservative? No change. What was their opinion? Monarchy should be continued. Aristocracy should be continued. The power of the church should be continued. Feudalism should be continued. They were not ready to have any changes. This policy, this group of people were called as conservatives. Next group is radicals. They demanded for complete change. Everywhere else, changes should be there. Everyone should get the voting rights. There should be change in government pattern. Aristocracy should be changed. Monarchy should be changed. There should be government. There should be parliament. These were the demands of radicals. What about liberals? They were also demanded for changes, but not the complete changes. They were against the voting rights, which is, they said that the voting rights should not be given to the woman and to the non-propertied men. So they demanded for the voting rights should be given only to propertied men. So these were the three groups which were prevailed in Europe during that time period. Different types of ideologies. Conservatives, liberals and radicals. Here the topic is about liberal nationalism. So I already said about what was the ideology of liberals. Voting rights should be given only to propertied men. Rest all the cases, they also demanded the changes. Monarchy should be changed. There should be a constitution. There should be a government elected by the people, parliamentary system. they demanded for all these things. Only in one case, that is the case of voting rights. In Europe, only in the 19th and 20th centuries, the woman and the non-propertied men made many movements to get the voting rights to them. And only in the 20th century, the woman got the voting rights in Europe. So it took a long time period for the non-propertied men and the woman to get the voting rights in Europe.